In this video, we will be talking about finding the derivatives of exponential functions. So we have e to the fx. And we want to find the derivative of this. So the formula would be e to the fx times f prime of x, where fx is a function. So e stands for Euler's constant, which is approximately 2.718. And essentially, this is just a special number in calculus where it appears when something grows smoothly and continuously over time. Okay, so let's do a few examples. Our first example, we have e to the x. So our function part would just be x, so f of x will be equal to x. F prime of x, our derivative will be simply 1. And looking at our formula, we just plug it in. So e to the power of f of x, which is equal to x, times f prime of x, which is equal to 1. And this is equal to e to the x. And this is our final answer. And it is important to note that e to the x is the only function that is equal to its own derivative. In our next example, we have e to the 3x. So f of x is equal to 3x. F prime of x is equal to 3. So the derivative of e to the 3x is equal to e to the 3x times 3, and this is equal to 3 times e to the 3x, and this will be our final answer. In our next example, we have e to the x to the power of 2. So x to the power of 2 will be our function, so f of x equals x to the power of 2. F prime of x will be 2x. So the derivative of e to the x to the power of 2 will be e to the x to the power of 2 times 2x. And let's rearrange this. So 2x times e to the power of x to the power of 2. And this will be our final answer. In our next example, we can see that the function part is sine x. So f of x equals sine x, and the derivative of that would simply be cos x. So to find the derivative of e to the sine x, we would have e to the sine x times cos x. And here would be our final answer. In our next example, we have e to the 3x times x to the power of 2. So we have another product rule. So we will separate f of x and g of x. F prime of x, the derivative will be, so e to the 3x, and the derivative of 3x will be 3 times 3. G prime of x would just be 2x. So the derivative of e to the 3x times x to the power of 2 would simply be e to the power of 3x times 2x plus e to the power of 3x times 3 times x to the power of 2. And let's rearrange everything. So I'll just quickly move all this. It would simply just be 2x times e to the power of 3x plus 3x to the power of 2 times e to the power of 3x. And this is our final answer. In our next example, we have cosine e to the power of x plus 5 times x to the power of 2. So let me just rewrite cos. So if you remember, we would have to apply the cosine derivative formula. So it would be equal to minus sine, and then everything on the inside. So e to the x plus 5 times x to the power of 2, and then times the derivative of everything on the inside. So e to the x plus 5x to the power of 2. And then so now we have to find the derivative of this part. So let's carry everything else over. Sine to the e to the x, sine e to the x plus 5 times x to the power of 2 times the derivative of all this. So the derivative of e to the x would just be e to the x plus 5x to the power of 2 would simply be 10x. And here would be our final solution. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. And please comment down what other topics you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching.